But with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital. You got to do it. Moving from clipboards and fax machines into a new era of convenience, profitability, and speed, and frankly, better health for people. Under the leadership of Administrator Oz, we're officially launching the CMS Digital Health Tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with a 21st century experience on health. The key breakthrough we've made is getting many of the biggest names in the healthcare and technology to agree to industry-wide standards for electronic medical records. All of those great companies that you just heard have gotten together with this group of very brilliant people. I think, but with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital. You got to do it. Moving from clipboards and fax machines into a new era of convenience, profitability, and speed, and frankly, better health for people. Under the leadership of Administrator Oz, we're officially launching the CMS Digital Health Tech ecosystem to give healthcare providers, insurers, and software companies the tools they need to empower Americans with a 21st century experience on health.
CMS Digital Health Tech ecosystem, man. We told you so. All right, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. And salutation to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth and all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. All right, shalom to the rest of the elect as we all await the second Exodus coming quickly by the hands of Lord Yahweh Shah. This is your brother Kagabar. All right, back at you again with a lesson. All right, going into the beast system. All right, the mark of the beast system, man, and this thing is moving at an exponential rate. All right, we told you so, man. All right, from Palantir to the Genius Act. Now you have this digital health tech ecosystem. All of these things are about the beast system, man. And guess what? Lo and behold, Trump is the one signing all of this shit into legislation. All right, and that's why we believe this is it. Okay, this has got to be it, man. And this digital health tech ecosystem, we're going to dive into it a bit in this article, but this is where you get into the realm of digital IDs. Okay, and these particular things are about to be pushed on the people, man. Okay, this is what they're about to do. All right, and I'm gonna read through this. It says White House launches digital health initiative backed by leading tech firms. All right, and they got OpenAI on there, Amazon, Anthropic, Apple, Microsoft AI, Google, all right, etc. All right, to where they're all going to be a part of this push for this digital health tech ecosystem, man. All right, now let's read a bit to try to get an understanding. It says President Trump said the effort to create a more robust digital health ecosystem will give providers and patients more streamlined access to health information. In a video, he pretty much said, it's going to do away with the clipboards and pretty much the archaic method of doing it, man. And that's the same thing with the currency. Okay, out with the old, fiat, the cash, the coins. Everything is becoming more streamlined. The 21st century overhaul, man. It's the B system. All right, that's just what it is, man. All right, and in them setting this B system up, changes will have to be made. All right, on an individual level. All right, and that's why RFK Jr. All right, he mentioned he wants Americans to all pretty much have those wearables. Okay, those health tracking wearables, if you will. All right, and it's just the writing is on the wall at this point, man. We told you so, and now the legislation for the B system is they're passing all of this legislation, man. Okay, I believe that's that devil RFK right there. Shaking Trump's hand, man. And he was the one who mentioned all Americans pretty much wanting them to have those wearables going into your your Fitbits, the rings, electronic tattoos and shit. See, ain't really going into what the chip that's gonna go on your skin. All right, now it says, let's read it. It says the Trump administration announced Wednesday that it secured the backing of over 60 leading healthcare and technology companies for an initiative designed to make personal medical data more accessible to users, or Shalakia, to U.S. consumers via digital devices. Now, pay attention to these keywords, man, because I hopped on ChatGPT, and we'll go to it. But it says an initiative designed to make personal medical data more accessible to U.S. consumers via digital devices. The effort, which is largely focused on making health information interoperable and shareable across different technologies and tools, is spearheaded by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, man. So pay attention. Everything is pretty much just like with Palantir, that whole tracking, that whole national citizen database, right? Now you got this, make everything more interoperable and shareable. It's like the Internet of Things, man. They want that, I forget what it's called, not oneness, but it's the B system, but it was a certain word that they use. It's slipping my mind right now, but if I can think of it, but that's what it's designed to do. Everything is going to be in this digital ecosystem, man. All right. From your health, your carbon, a social credit score tied to it, the currency, the money, all of it, man. And this is, dude, this is the legislation. They're passing this shit right in front of you people, man. All right. Now, it says in remarks delivered Wednesday afternoon in the East Room of the White House, President Donald Trump said, with today's announcement, we take a major step to bring healthcare into the digital age, something that is absolutely vital. So there you go. All right. And this is, like I said, this is where you get into the realm of digital IDs, man. OK. All right. This is where you get into the realm of digital IDs, which particular countries around the world, they already have them. They've already, went through trial phases. They've already began, using them. So now America, all right, they're going to do the same shit. All right. This is what's about to happen, man. So get ready. It says CMS said in a press release that the initiative is focused on two areas: promoting an interoperability framework that can easily and seamlessly share information between patients and providers, and expanding out a digital health technology ecosystem so that patients have the information and resources they need to make better health decisions. All right. The agency said it's planning to add a digital app library to the Medicare.gov website to highlight trusted, personalized digital health tools focused on prevention, chronic disease management, and cost-effective care navigation. And that can go into, like I said, digital IDs, these different apps, but also these wearables, because the wearables like the Fitbits, the smartwatches, the rings, etc. They show you your health metrics, man. They break your metrics down. OK, that's why they pushing for the wearables, because, like I said, it's all intertwined to the B system, man. OK, but it's gonna be everything. That's where you're gonna be able to make your payments. You're gonna be able to get locked out if they ain't fucking with you. All of that. OK. All right. It says major tech firms, including Apple, Google, and Amazon, signed on to the CMS Health Tech Ecosystem Pledge, in addition to health providers and insurers like Humana and United Health Group. These are major companies, man. I mean, they control majority of this shit. It says Trump said the key breakthrough we've made is getting many of the biggest names in the healthcare and technology space to agree to industry-wide standards for electronic medical records. See? All right. Let's skip down. It says the system will be entirely opt-in. Yeah, that's what they tell you from the jump. And there will be no centralized government-run database, which everyone is always concerned about, Trump said, adding that instead, doctors and patients will always remain in control. Which that's bullshit, man, because Trump, he the same one that said that there would not be a a central bank digital currency, you know, a CBDC in America, and then in a roundabout way, all right, they legalize cryptos, they legalize digital currency, man, with that Genius Act, you know. So these devils say one thing and they do another, man. Okay, they say one thing and then they do another, man. Matter of fact, yeah, let's grab this. This is Psalms 12. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 12. Salakia. From the top, it says, "Help Yahweh, for the godly man ceaseth, for the faithful fail from among the children of men." It says, "They speak vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak." See, with flattering lips and with a double heart, meaning with a double mind, man. You know, they say one thing, but in reality, they're looking to do another thing. Okay, that's why it says in Revelation, he had two horns like a lamb going into their two-part system, the Democrats and Republicans, but he spake as a dragon. See, they in action, this is a fucking totalitarian system. All right, being literally set up right before your eyes, man. And he said, "Oh, it'll be able to opt in, and you know, it won't be centralized, yada yada yada." Well, look into these things, man. This is what the push is for. If you have all these major companies getting on board with it, then that's just what it is, man. You know, that's why I grabbed that, because they say one thing, but in reality, they do another. It says they speak with vanity, everyone with his neighbor, with flattering lips, and with a double heart do they speak. Okay? Yahweh shall cut off all flattering lips and the tongue that speaketh proud things, man. Yeah. Because ultimately their enterprise is going to fail. But, you know, they going to get it, you know, established to a certain degree. Start putting that chip in you people, man. Now, there was a certain part in here that I highlighted. Yeah, here it is. It says the administration previously solicited public feedback in May on how CMS could best advance a seamless, secure, and patient-centered digital health infrastructure. Okay, you know, and I think I took that and, you know, went to or no, there was a different point. Salakia. It was one of these points that was made in this article that I took to ChatGPT. But anyways, I went to ChatGPT and I said the new digital health tech ecosystem. Okay, because that's what Trump, you know, was just going into. And this verbiage that was used in the article, all right, it said the phrase you're referring to, which, and this was the verbiage that was used, it says use secure digital identity credentials to obtain medical records from CMS aligned networks that meet the CMS data sharing criteria is part of a broader shift in U.S. healthcare toward interoperability, patient empowerment, and digital access to health records. Here's a breakdown of what it entails. Okay, and it says secure digital identity credentials. All right, and this is the main point. Okay, going into some digital IDs. It says these are verifiable, secure logins tied to your identity. Example, multi-factor authenticated digital IDs, blockchain-based IDs, or whatever that says. They confirm who you are so that only you or those you authorize can access your medical data. Common implications include login.gov, Blue Button 2.0, credentials, or third-party digital wallets. Digital wallets, digital IDs is next up, man. Okay, that's what it is. That's why they, like I said, they got Palantir. Okay, they have the Genius Act. They got this digital health ecosystem. So pretty much to connect all of these things, to connect you to this new digital society or ecosystem, rather, you have to you're going to need a new form of, you know, identification, if you will, and whatnot to you know, be integrated into that. And this is where the mark of the beast is coming right around the corner. All right, you know, they could additionally have it, you know, with these particular apps, you know, because that's kind of how they start off, and then it branches into the wearables, you know, and before you know it, man, you know, they causing all to take that damn chip. You know, and that's really the point on that. I'm going to go ahead and close out and give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, DTA Wah Baba Ball, Shalom.